Shalom, brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, we just had Passover, and it was amazing. So, but and yesterday I was totally like reading. Okay, yeah, I was totally reading Acts, and it was awesome, and I totally saw like the Passover in like Paul, like just very, very incredible. And in chapter 27, I've been seeing it from 26 and 7, 28, right? But I'm just gonna skim through it. Obviously, anybody could just read, right? But I think that a lot of people don't, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I love to do it. And check it out. So it says, So let's just start at Acts 26. And I got a heart over here. Okay, no, 16. I'm just gonna go, if you gotta look it up, But rise up and stand on your feet, for I have appeared to you for this purpose, to appoint you a servant and a witness, both of what you saw and of those who I shall reveal to you. This is Shaul, right? And obviously in number 14, and when he had, and when we had all fallen to the ground, I heard a voice speaking to me and saying in the Hebrew language, right? Shaul, why do you persecute me? It's incredible, right? It is hard for you to kick against the prods, right? So yeah, this is like, to me, it's like he right there, Paul right there, he like went blind, and then got the Ruach HaKodesh, being the light. When he started understanding about Yahushua, how much shit came back to life, it's like a resurrection. All right, but that's something else. So now he gets in trouble, right? He gets in trouble. Yeah, I think he gets in trouble for proclaiming it, and some haters come up. Oh gosh, day and night. What? Haters all around. So then they basically send him, they were about to let him go, but he goes to Shaul, he goes to, oh my gosh, I read this just like a second ago, like yesterday. Yeah, so he's about to go to, he goes on a boat, long story short, because the people are hating him. They beat him and all this, right? All right. I see, like, if I read it, it'll just take a long time, but it's awesome, So I'm just going to keep going and say, and having embarked in a ship, all right, Acts 27:2. You now get on. All right. And having embarked in a ship from Adramyttium. It means abode of death. Oh, what? All right, about to sail among the coasts of Asia, launched Aristarchus, a Macedonian of Thessaloniki, was with us. And on the next day, we landed at Sidon, and Julius treated Shaul kindly and allowed him to go to his friends to receive attention, because he was beat up, right? And from there we put out to sea and sailed close to Cyprus, because the wind were against us, and having sailed over the sea along Cilicia and Pamphylia, we came to Mura of Lycia. All these names are probably mean awesome things. I didn't get a chance to check them all out yet. And there the captain, having found an Alexandrian ship sailed to Italy. Put us on board, and having sailed slowly many days and arriving with difficulty off Cnidos, the wind not allowing us to proceed, we sailed close to Crete of Salmone, and passing it with difficulty, we came to a place called Fair Heavens, near the city of Lasea. And much time having passed, and the sea now being dangerous, because the fast was already over, Shaul advised them, saying, "Men, check this out. I see that this voyage is going to end with damage and great loss, not only of the cargo and ship, but also our lives." But the captain was persuaded by the pilot of the owner of the ship rather than what Shaul said. And because the harbor was unsuitable to winter in, the greater part advised to launch from there too, and if somehow they were able to reach Phoenicia, a harbor of Crete facing southwest and northwest, to pass the winter, and a south wind blowing softly, thinking they had obtained their purpose, having lifted anchor, they sailed close along Crete. So now that the ship is gonna go rocking, you could totally read this, obviously. And not long after, a stormy headwind rushed down from it, called Northeaster. I thought that was funny. All right. So, and when the ship was caught and unable to head against the wind, we let her go, and we were driven, and having run under a small island called Cloudy, we were hardly able to control the small boat, and having hoisted it, they used helps to undergird the ship, and fearing lest they should run around on Syrtis, they lowered the tackle, and so were driven. And because we were exceedingly storm-tossed the next day, they began to throw overboard palms. And on the third day, we threw out the ship's tackle and our own hands, when now neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no small storm beat on us. All expectancy that we would be saved was taken away. And when there had been a long abstinence from food, then Shaul, standing in the midst of them, check this out. This is like the Passover meal in a way. And obviously it's not, but it is. It's a shadow picture. "Truly, man, you should have listened to me, not to have sailed from Crete and sustained this damage and loss. And now I urge you to take courage, for there shall be no loss of life among you, but only of the ship. For tonight a messenger..." All right. Of Elohim, to whom I belong and whom I serve, stood by me, saying, "Do not be afraid, Shaul. You have to be brought before Caesar. And look, Elohim has favorably given you all those who sail with you. Therefore, take courage, men, for I believe Elohim that it shall be according to the way it was spoken to me. However, we need to run around on some island. And when the 14th, look at that, 14, night came, as we were driven up and down in the Arctic Sea, about midnight, the sailors suspect that they were drawing near some land, and taking sounding, they found it to be 20 fathoms, and their fathers they took soundings again. So like they're measuring how deep it is, because they don't want to crash, I'm pretty sure, right? And then drop their anchors. I'm skipping a few, right? Drop their anchors from the steam. We were praying for day to come. But when the sailors were seeking to escape from the ship, when they had let down the boat into the sea under pretense of going to cast out anchors from the prow, Shaul said to the captain and the soldiers, if these do not remain in the ship, it is impossible for you to be saved. Then the soldiers cut the ropes of the boat and let it fall off. Whoa. So, believe him, right? And when Shaul was about to come, Shaul urged them all. Here it is. This is what I was just thinking. Shaul urged them all to take food, saying, today is the 14th day. You have continued without food and eaten not. So I urge you to take food, for this concerns your safety, since not a hair shall fall from your head of any of you, from the head of any of you. And having said this, he took bread and gave thanks to Elohim in the presence of them all. And when he had broken it, he began to eat. Boom. And they were all encouraged and also took food themselves. Hallelujah. And all of us were 276 beings. 276 in the ship, right? That's got to be significant. And how many, when they pulled out the fish, it was all right, 165 or something. All right. And being satisfied with food, they were lightening the ship, throwing out the wheat. Look at that, throwing out the wheat into the sea. And when they came, they did not recognize the land, but they noted a certain bay with a beach onto which they planned to run the ship if possible. And having cast so good, it's gonna get even better. But we'll just keep. It's gonna read it yourself and enjoy. Acts 27:28. All of it. And having cast off the anchors, they left them in the sea. Meanwhile, untying the rudder ropes, and they hoisted the foresail winds. So they're having all this trouble, but bam, they're gonna get, oh yeah. But coming upon a place where two seas met, they grounded the ship, and the prow struck fast and remained immovable. But the stern was broken by the pounding of the surf, and the soldiers intended to, check this out, and the soldiers intended to kill the prisoners, lest any of them should swim away and escape. But the captain intended to save shot. Oh my. Kept them from their intentions, and commanded those able to swim to jump first and get to land, and the rest, some indeed on board and some on items of the ship. And so it came to be that all reach the land in safety, just like Paul said. You see, but right there we have the enemy. We have people trying to kill Paul. Just like people trying to kill Mashiach. Trying, right? Can't. All right, 28. And now I just love this part. And having come to safety. See, all right, yeah. It's a long video. They then learned that the island was called Melite. Hola, mama. Shalom. And the foreigners, all right, they showed us extraordinary kindness, right? Yeah. So they were really nice because they kindled the fire and received us all because of the rain was falling and because of the cold. But Shaul, having gathered a bundle of sticks and having laid them on the fire, check this out. An adder came out because of the heat and fastened itself on his hand. And when the foreigners saw the creature hanging on his hand, they said to each other, "This man is certainly a murderer, whom, though saved from the sea, still right ruling does not allow him to live," right? Then indeed he shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no evil, and expecting that he would swell up or suddenly fall down dead, they waited for a long time and saw no harm come to him. Totally awesome, right? Changing their minds, they said that he was a mighty one. And in the neighborhood of that place where there were lands of the chief of the island, whose name was Publius, popular, right? Who received us and housed us in a friendly way for 3 years. Another 3. And I just find it so awesome, right? So awesome that, it's like the total picture of the snake, Satan, biting him. And, he's not going to... It's like Yahushua gave his life because the snake bit him, but didn't get... he came on right on back. Mm-hmm. And I just love that. And if you keep reading, I want to skip a few, but it's so good. So towards the end, there's so much. Therefore, let it be known to you that the deliverance of Elohim has been sent to the Gentiles, and they shall hear. And when he had said these words, the Yahudim went away, and a great dispute among themselves. And Shaul stayed 2,000, right? After the Passover, it's just pictures, entire years in his own rented house, and was receiving all who came to him, proclaiming the reign of Elohim and teaching about the Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach, with all boldness, unhindered. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I know you stuck around to hear the whole thing. Shut up.